What's going on, y'all? It's your girl Boo Well. Welcome to my friends and frenemies. Might piss some of y'all off, but I encourage you to stick with me. Might just learn something. Want to talk about real quick the Jackyoh and dcyoungfly relationship. We all know there's a lot of opinions, and what our opinions matter, but that's what make the world go around. So here's my take on their relationship. You had two young people that came up from different backgrounds, but the one thing that they both started was born into broken families and households. DC born to a 61-year-old man. I don't know much about it, but I know, hey, he wasn't born with a silver spoon. And Jacky, her daddy raised her. So you have a lot of people out here in these streets that say, oh, DC disrespected Jacky, he didn't love her, and she welcomed the disrespect. The problem is, we all need to self-reflect. Most of us got a story. We all got a story, but some of us got a hella story to tell. These happy, wholesome homes we didn't grow up with. Very few reap the benefits of that. That start breaking up with the baby boomers. The baby boomers' parents stayed together for the most part, but I'm a Gen X. My parents are baby boomer. That's when all the divorcing and drugs start popping off. So you got two young people that was millennials that reached some form of stardom, started a family, they didn't marry. He didn't have the best manly figures, father figures, or adult males to emulate. He did the best he could with what he had, and so did she. They was raising 3 babies. And see, people want to look for the bad, but they don't look and try to search the good. He might have been rough around the edges, but that's who he was before he met her. But he showed her love in the best way he knew how. When she had functions, he attended. He was a participant in her activities and the activities of their children. And even though he cracked jokes and acted irritated, he supported her podcast and showed up often and represented. See, you got to understand, he's a comedian. A part of his being is a character, and we all guilty of this for many years. And I did this, but most people still do. They lead by what they do when they introduce themselves to people or want to show their worth. And dcyoungfly, he's a comedian. So a lot of what he does is behind that mask. Just like people say his speech and tribute to her during the funeral was piss poor. Well, that was the best that young man could do. Some men don't even know how to talk at all. At least that young man got up and made an effort. When you make mistakes, that's because that's your insecurity. That's your nervousness. See, people run their mouth, but they don't know people. I managed people for over 20 years, and one thing I know is people. One thing I know is how to read them. What we have to quit doing is looking for the bad or judging, and just support people when they struggling and when they at their lowest. Start lifting people up. A young lady gone, she was a beautiful mother for her short time with her children. She has left an impact enough to where people search out her story, including myself. I'm a Pisces. I'm soft at heart, and things move me. He loved that girl. He loved that young lady. He might have not loved her the way you thought he should have, but nonetheless, everything about that young man said, I love you. And that's it. Respect it. If you haven't, follow me. It's a lot of nothing they talking about. We got to get real and heal around here. Start talking about what's really going on. And the first thing is our mental health. Booze Boswell signing out.